Your dog has been waiting for something from you every single day since the day they arrived. Not the food, not the walks, not the toys or the treats or the carefully chosen bed in the corner of the room. Something underneath all of that. Something that most owners give accidentally sometimes and almost nobody gives consistently on purpose. And the four things on this list are not complicated. They do not cost anything. They do not require a better version of you than the one that already exists. They just require you to understand what your dog is actually asking for. Because once you understand it, you will never give it the same way again. Stay with me because the third act on this list is the one that most owners have been doing wrong their entire lives without ever knowing it. And getting it right changes everything about who your dog gets to be. You already love your dog. That is not the question. The question is whether your dog feels it in the specific way their nervous system is built to receive it. Because love expressed in a language your dog cannot fully read is like sending a letter in the wrong alphabet. The intention is complete, the delivery falls short, and your dog, who cannot tell you what is missing, who cannot ask for what they need in any way you were taught to recognize, simply waits, quietly, consistently, every single day for the four things that make love feel like love to a dog, rather than just the general warmth of a life that is better than it might have been. The first act is eye contact given for no reason. Not the eye contact of a training session, not the eye contact of a command or a correction or the moment before a treat appears. The specific, sustained, soft eye contact that you give when nothing is being asked for and nothing is being offered. Just you looking at your dog the way you look at something you are glad exists. Researchers at Ozabu University confirmed that mutual gaze between dogs and their owners triggers an oxytocin release in both, the same bonding chemical that floods a parent's brain during skin contact with their newborn. Your dog's brain is being chemically changed by the way you look at them, and the quality of that look, whether it is distracted or present, purposeful or genuinely soft, is something they read with more precision than most humans ever give another human. Find your dog today and look at them, not to check on them, not because something requires your attention, just because they are there and you are glad they are. That 30 seconds costs nothing. What it builds is not nothing. The second act is physical contact that is fully present, not the pat on the head as you walk past, not the absent-minded scratch while your eyes are somewhere else, the specific quality of touch that happens when your hands are on your dog and your mind is also on your dog and there is nothing else competing for either. Dogs experience touch differently depending on the attention behind it. They feel the difference between a touch given while you are present and a touch given while you are somewhere else entirely. The first one registers as contact, the second one registers as connection. And connection, the specific felt experience of being the thing someone is fully attending to, is one of the rarest and most deeply regulating experiences available to a dog who spends most of their life in the periphery of a human's divided attention. 2 minutes, both hands, nowhere else to be. That is the second act of love your dog has been waiting for every single day. The third act is the one most owners have been doing wrong and the one that matters most to get right. It is the greeting, the specific way you acknowledge your dog in the first 30 seconds after any absence, whether that absence was 8 hours or 8 minutes. Most owners do one of two things. They overgreet, they match the dog's excitement level, they escalate the energy, they make the reunion a performance that actually floods the dog's already overwhelmed nervous system with more stimulation than it can regulate. Or they undergreet, they walk past, they manage the jumping with a correction, and they wait for the dog to calm down before they offer any acknowledgement at all. Both of these miss what your dog actually needs in that moment. What they need is calm recognition, a low, warm voice saying your name for them specifically, a hand that reaches without urgency, a presence that says, "I see you, I am back, everything is okay, we are together again." That greeting, given consistently, given warmly, given at the right energy level, is the daily confirmation that the bond is intact. It is the moment your dog's nervous system has been waiting for since the moment you left, and the way you deliver it either releases that waiting or compounds it. The fourth act is the one that requires nothing from you except the decision to stop. It is simply being still with your dog, not doing anything for them, not walking them or feeding them or engaging them, just being in the same space with the same quality of unhurried presence that you bring when you are with someone you have nowhere else to be with. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to the quality of a human's stillness. They know the difference between a person who is physically present and mentally elsewhere, and a person who is simply and completely there. And the specific experience of being with a human who is fully present, whose breathing is calm, whose body is settled, whose attention is not being pulled in 17 directions, is one of the most regulating and deeply bonding experiences available to a dog. 10 minutes, no agenda, no phone, no half-presence masquerading as togetherness. Just you and your dog in the same space, being nothing more or less than two creatures who chose each other and have nowhere better to be right now. Your dog does not need a bigger life. They do not need more stimulation or more variety or more carefully curated experience. They need these four things, consistently, on purpose, in the ordinary hours of ordinary days when nothing particular is happening and nobody is watching, and there is no reason to do it except that it is what love looks like in a language your dog was built to receive. You already have everything required. You have always had it. The only thing that changes today is that now you know what you're doing when you do it. Leave a comment and tell me which of these four acts you are going to be more intentional about starting today. Everything here gets read. And if this changed the way you think about the ordinary moments you share with your dog, subscribe, because the next video goes into the 4 things your dog does every single day that are actually asking you for something specific, and most owners miss every single one. That one is worth being here for.